they are not there yet. So they take their time to process things. So temperament is a very big issue. Personality is a very big issue. They are gentle in nature. Now they give it all out. But when you take them for granted, that is when everything's going to blow up.
Honestly, what you just said is very profound, and this is like the very first time I've heard about that. You said something about this scholaric, phlegmatic, sanguine, and melancholic. Would you like to deep dive into that? Oh, before you even deep dive, hi everyone. I just want to make sure you guys know who's speaking. This is Henry Ukazu. We've had him before. He gave us a very insightful session, and I know you guys have been learning tremendously from his previous video. And now we are privileged to have him back again. So you could tell us, can you just take a little deep dive into those 4 key concepts that you mentioned?
Okay, so I'm going to start from the sanguine. The sanguine are fun-loving people. They are social in nature. People don't come to them, rather they go to people. They are very funny. They're like comedians, entertainers. They are lively. Okay. Now they also have their weakness. One of their weakness is that if you don't come, they can be possessive. Okay. But if they don't come to you, okay, you might feel they don't really care about you. Okay, so one of the weakness, the strong weakness of those who are sanguine is that, you know, people can say that they go over and beyond, like because of their closeness, you might think they can cheat or they can take this for granted. You know, that's how they are because they're always free. They don't really care as such. You know, they're not really on top of issues, so they're always like lay back, and you would think things might work. As opposed to those who are the phlegmatic and melancholic, people who are on top of issues. They don't take this for granted. They're always well organized, well structured. But for sanguine, no, they make it happen. They're lively. That's who they are. Then we have the choleric. Choleric are business-minded individuals. They always strive in activity. They're always fast. People like Oprah, business people. Those who are entrepreneurs, they're always eager to get to happen. And they are easily irritated. This is one of their weakness. Right? So if you cannot match up to them, they will leave you by the side. Right? So they like to thrive in making sure that things go in a particular way, like they are so focused, so energetic. This is who they are. Now we'll talk about those who are melancholic. Melancholic are reserved. They are perfectionists. They are self-sacrificial. They are laid back. They don't go to people. Rather, people come to them. Now, they are fun-loving people. They are gentle in nature. Now, they give it all out. But when you take them for granted, that is when everything's going to blow up. So they can give you everything that you want. They're also well organized. But when you now push them to the wall, they can react. Now, when I have the phlegmatic, these are the most passive set of individuals you can ever imagine. They are introverts. They are the opposite of sanguine, who are extroverts. Typically opposite of them. So they are well reserved, 100% introverts. They don't go to people at all. They don't. Put them in a gathering, they'll be as cold as you can imagine. They are very, very calculative, right? They are not easily tempered like the choleric people who are easily tempered. But when you push them to the wall, they can bounce back in a way you cannot even your lifetime imagine. These are the people that you might be making fun of them, making mockery of them, but when they get to that peak, then they can no longer take it. Once they flare up, that's it. You might be teaching on them doing stuff, but the moment they decide, they make up their mind, that's it. But for someone who like choleric, he or she can forget and forget. Sanguine can easily okay, but for choleric and melancholic, once they make up their mind, trust me, it takes a while. These are the people that when people say that they go say that I never believe he or she can commit suicide, he or she can do stuff because they are not there yet. So they take their time to process things. However, despite these 4 temperaments, most times people have 2 that are dominant and 2 that are recessive. So even though you are a sanguine, you could be a Samuel, Sankol, Samuel, or Samfleck. Even though you are choleric, you could be called Mel, called Sam, called Fleck, and call San. Right. So 1 will be dominant and 1 will be recessive. So for instance, I could have this sanguine temperament with me. I'm lovely, but I might get into an environment that my melancholic nature will come out. My phlegmatic nature will come out. But the dominant part of me will be the one people see, which is the sanguine nature. Now, I could be a melancholic and I'm reserved, gentle. That's what the whole world see about me. But they don't know I have a sanguine part of me. So when I go to a gathering right now, the way I'm going to speak as the MC of the occasion or the moderator, you'll be like, oh, wow. I never saw this picture. I never saw this guy in this light. Or the way he dances, oh, like, wow. Because guess what? The whole world is seeing my calmness, my disposition, but they don't know I'm a good dancer. They don't know I could sing. All they're saying is, oh, wow, that does the image. Just like we say about President Obama. We say he's an orator, he talks, but people don't know he has a good dancing skills. Of life, literally.
He does things. I've seen it take steps.
Exactly. So every human being have 2 of these temperaments in them. 1 is dominant and 1 is recessive. So, but if you want to get more details, I would strongly recommend this book by Opposite Attract by Tim LaHaye. Opposite Attracts. You will get more details on it. But this is like, most times when I tell people about temperament, I go into a course with them. But I just gave you the overview because the merits, each of them have a lot of merits and demerits, like at least 5 advantages and 5 disadvantages. I can even go deeper in telling you some male core, like you have the dominant part of you and you have the recessive part of you. Then you also have a very minute part of the other one that comes out. But that is human being for you. Human being is by nature dynamic. When people say you will never know how strong you are until when the only control you have, until when the only option you have is to be strong. That is when you know about temperament, but people don't really know that. Like during the Mother's Day, which was yesterday on Sunday, I was speaking about meditation, and I began by thanking mothers, happy Mother's Day. I also had a line, but I said, if you are a man thinking of a baby, I also wish you well. If you're a woman thinking of a baby, I also wish you well. If both of you are together, that would be the best. So why do I say this? Now, sometimes you will think as a single mother, you won't be able to take care of a child because the man is no longer there, but you're doing it. As a man, you never believe you could do all this at the end of the day because your wife has packed up, but you're doing it. So this is where you have to go into your shape and bring up that part of you because that's all you have. You will never know you have the strength to survive. So temperament is a very big issue. Personality is a very big issue. I do take courses on this to give people details on it. So this is not where I can give more insight, but I've given you an overview of what it entails. The same with the colors. The red color, the blue color, the yellow color, and the green color. If you want more details, you could just check out one of my VTube on YouTube on
YouTube channel.
I have one of these topics I did there. Personalities in marriage. Only personalities. I spoke about the red color, the blue color, the yellow, and the green. Then I also spoke about the 4 temperaments. At least an hour I spent on it. An hour. I was able to a little bit give it an insight, but I can't do it like in this session right now. But this is just the overview.
This overview is even highly impactful. I'm just taking it all in. But you made mention of a book. You said Opposite Attract. Just want to be sure that's the title of the book.
Yes, Opposite Attract by Tim LaHaye.
Opposite Attract by Tim LaHaye.